Tuesday evening in Oakville, Mike Thompson, a builder with 20 years under his belt, is reviewing his latest Tarion bill.
$1,790 for one home, up from $1,300 just 2 years ago.
He's looking at 30 homes this year. That's an extra $14,700 in warranty fees alone.
And that's before any claims hit.
Welcome to the Real Estate Diaries. I'm Marcus Chen.
And I'm Sarah Mitchell. This is a weekly podcast exploring the real lives behind real estate, where ambition meets operations and success often comes with unseen pressure.
Today we're diving into the Tarion squeeze and what it means for Ontario builders heading into 2026.
Each week on the Real Estate Diaries, we explore the human and operational realities faced by builders, property managers, and landlords.
We cover everything from warranty chaos and tenant management to growth bottlenecks, reputation risk, and the systems people use to manage it all.
This isn't about selling solutions. It's about documenting what's actually happening in the industry.
The wins, the struggles, the mistakes, and the lessons learned from people building their lives in real estate.
And today, we're starting with something that's hitting every Ontario builder's bottom line.
Tarion, and the squeeze that's getting tighter every year.
Marcus, let's start with the numbers because they tell a pretty stark story.
Tarion enrollment fees hit $1,790 per home as of September 2025.
That's up from $1,300 just 2 years ago, a 23% increase.
But here's what really caught my attention.
The claims payouts?
Exactly. Tarion paid out a record $80 million in deposit claims in 2024.
$80 million? That's the highest in their history.
Compare that to $10 million in 2023, $6.5 million in 2022.
So we're looking at an 800% increase in 3 years.
And most of that came from builder receiverships and illegal building practices.
Which affects everyone, right? Because compliant builders end up subsidizing the system.
Exactly. The Auditor General's report in October was pretty damning.
What did they find?
Over 1,500 complaints backlogged, average closing time of 419 days.
More than a year to resolve complaints.
And the regulatory authority was approving builders who didn't even meet their own credit thresholds.
So good builders are paying for a system that's not catching the bad ones?
That's the frustration I'm hearing from builders across Ontario.
And it gets worse when you look at the volume of claims.
How so?
This is just deposit protection claims. The warranty claims are separate.
Right, and historically, 45% of warranty claims are first-year issues.
Material and workmanship problems that builders have to address immediately.
So between deposit protection costs and warranty management,
builders are spending more and more time on post-construction administration.
Let's put this in the broader context of what builders are facing in 2026.
The construction forecasts just came out and they're mixed.
Residential starts are projected to drop another 5% this year.
Fifth consecutive year of decline.
Single-family construction specifically down 11.6%.
But here's what's interesting. Non-residential and civil infrastructure are booming.
Civil construction projected to grow 30% in 2026.
So there's work available, but it's shifting.
And Ontario construction employs almost 600,000 people.
596,000 to be exact. That's 7.5% of the provincial workforce.
We contribute $59 billion to Ontario's GDP.
Yet productivity has been declining 0.1% annually, while other sectors grew.
Why do you think that is?
I've been talking to builders about this, and there's a common theme.
Which is?
Time. They're spending more and more time on administration and less time building.
The 2024 Ontario Construction Report showed 27% of project time is spent on rework.
That's more than 1 day out of every 4.
And that doesn't include warranty management, trade coordination.
All the administrative overhead that's grown over the years. Marcus, the regional data really illustrates how differently markets are handling these challenges.
What patterns are you seeing?
Calgary's real GDP is projected to grow 2.6% in 2026, best in the country.
Despite oil price volatility and economic uncertainty?
Because they've been forced to innovate through boom-bust cycles.
Operational discipline born from necessity.
Edmonton's right behind at 2.5%. But then you look at Toronto.
Much lower growth despite the housing crisis.
Toronto construction costs only grew 0.2% quarterly in 2025.
That sounds good until you understand why.
Activity was so low that contractors were competing desperately for any work,
driving prices down temporarily but creating unsustainable conditions.
Meanwhile, Quebec City saw 3.4% increases.
Because they're still building at volume?
Exactly. The regions that maintained operational efficiency can still build profitably,
while those stuck in coordination chaos are struggling to survive.
The workforce numbers for 2026 are genuinely concerning.
BuildForce Canada just released projections. We're losing 270,000 experienced tradespeople to retirement over the next decade.
That's not gradual attrition, that's an exodus.
And we need to add 380,000 new workers by 2034 just to maintain current pace.
In Ontario specifically, we need 154,100 new workers by 2034.
Construction unemployment is only 4.6% nationally.
Which sounds healthy. until you realize demand already exceeds supply.
Average construction wage is $36.92 versus $29.18 provincial average.
That premium reflects how desperately we need skilled workers.
But even with higher wages, we can't attract enough people.
Young people see the long hours, the coordination chaos, the stress.
And they choose other careers?
This episode of the Real Estate Diaries is sponsored by PropCare. If you're a builder, landlord, or property manager, you already know the truth. Most real estate businesses don't fail from bad deals. They get crushed by coordination. After-hours calls, trade scheduling, compliance paperwork, endless follow-ups. PropCare is a Canadian-built, voice-first operations platform that answers every call 24/7 under your brand, coordinates trades, tracks costs, and documents everything automatically, so you can run your portfolio without living inside it. If real estate is supposed to create freedom, not another full-time job, learn more at propcare.ca.
Sarah, I want to share some data that shows not everyone is trapped in this coordination chaos.
What are you seeing?
The latest KPMG report found that 90% of construction leaders now see AI and automation as essential.
That's almost universal recognition.
An 81% report that recent tech investments have already boosted productivity.
So this isn't theoretical anymore.
I've been tracking builders who've automated their coordination processes.
What kind of results are they seeing?
One builder in Burlington, family operation, about 25 homes annually.
What was their situation before?
Working 70-hour weeks, constant stress, marriage suffering from coordination chaos.
Classic trapped by success scenario.
But 6 months ago, they implemented automated coordination systems.
And the results?
First month, evenings back. Second month, weekends became family time again.
What about business performance?
Actually improved. Professional communication, faster response times, complete documentation.
Better service with less owner involvement?
Makes sense. Professional automated system versus stressed builder at 9 p.m.
Property management companies using similar systems report 15+ hours weekly saved per manager.
That's almost 2 full workdays.
30 to 40% coordination cost reduction, some claiming 80% efficiency gains.
Sarah, there's something paradoxical about the 2026 outlook worth exploring.
What do you mean?
The federal government just announced massive infrastructure investment, $280 billion over 5 years.
The Major Projects Office has $120 billion in developments under review just from September to November.
So there's unprecedented opportunity in civil infrastructure.
But residential builders aren't necessarily positioned to capture it.
Because the operational models are different,
A custom home builder can't just pivot to highway construction.
but the underlying coordination challenges are identical.
Scheduling, compliance documentation, trade management.
The builders who solve coordination in residential could potentially expand into the infrastructure boom.
While those stuck in coordination chaos miss out on the biggest infrastructure investment in decades. Today's episode is brought to you by PropCare. PropCare acts as a behind-the-scenes operations team for builders, landlords, and property managers, handling maintenance and warranty coordination, resident communication, documentation, and Canadian compliance automatically. The result? Fewer calls, fewer fires, protected reputation, and the ability to scale portfolios without scaling stress. To see how property operators across Canada are getting their time back, visit propcare.ca.
Let me share something that really drove this home for me personally.
What happened?
I was at my daughter's hockey game last weekend, and I watched another dad, builder I know, take 3 calls during the first period.
On a Saturday morning?
His daughter scored her first goal, and he missed it because he was coordinating a trade dispute.
That's heartbreaking.
After the game, I asked him about it.
What did he say?
Marcus, I love what I do, but I'm missing my kids' childhood for problems that could wait until Monday.
But they feel urgent in the moment.
Homeowner calls with a warranty issue, and suddenly it's an emergency.
Even when it's not really an emergency.
Average builders spend 15+ hours weekly on coordination alone.
At $75 opportunity cost, that's over $50,000 annually.
But the personal cost is incalculable. Missed soccer games, interrupted family dinners.
Success without systems becomes a life sentence.
And Ontario needs these builders to solve the housing crisis.
We can't build 1.5 million homes with burned-out builders. The KPMG report with the Canadian Construction Association found 90% of construction leaders now see AI and automation as essential.
That's almost universal recognition.
And 81% report that recent tech investments have already boosted productivity.
Project activity is expected to increase 8 to 10% despite workforce constraints.
So firms that automate coordination will handle more projects with the same staff,
while those managing everything manually hit capacity limits.
The technology adoption tipping point isn't coming, it's here.
So as we look ahead through 2026, what do you see happening?
I think we're witnessing a fundamental split. builders who embrace operational automation versus those who stick with manual coordination.
And with civil infrastructure growing 30% this year, the builders with efficient operations could potentially diversify.
While those trapped in residential coordination chaos miss the infrastructure boom.
What are your key takeaways from everything we've discussed today?
First, the Tarion squeeze is just one symptom of a broader operational crisis.
Second, 2026 represents a critical inflection point.
Third, the human cost of current models is unsustainable.
And finally, operational efficiency determines who captures opportunities.
Next week, we're switching focus to property managers, the 200-unit scaling wall, and why most firms can't break through. That's next Sunday on the Real Estate Diaries.
The Real Estate Diaries is sponsored by PropCare, the voice-first property operations platform built in Canada to automate coordination, compliance, and maintenance for builders, landlords, and property managers. If you want your properties to work for you instead of the other way around, visit propcare.ca. New episodes drop every Sunday. Thanks for listening.